Hello, welcome again to Nomad's World Minecraft. This is Nomad again, and today we're going to start up here at our iron farm. It has been a few days since I posted my last video due to Valentine's Day and whatnot. I've been kind of busy, so thought I'd start off with a little show and tell of what I have done. I haven't gotten a lot of playtime, but what I have done, I did a little exploration and found, here's our first village. We got our second village along the track over in that direction. I built a boat and I went out exploring, and I found another village out that way, along with an ocean monument, and there's an iron golem burning up. As you can see, our iron supply is growing quite nicely. It's half full. I placed these single bars here so that the iron would go here, and then the poppies would go afterwards. I'll probably let's move these like this. Go like that. This will continue filling up in those specific spots. So got a nice supply of iron going on. And I've just been basically, keeping this guy logged in and just sitting here. And so far he hasn't gotten attacked. I even gave him some armor. Oh, there's another one. It's about 3 of them spawn, and then there's usually a gap of time. So I think that's the second one. Should be another one probably. A little bit noisy. So again, there's a village out that direction, an ocean monument, and I found a witch hut, which we're going to make use of for I believe it's a redstone. It's either redstone or glowstone. I think it's redstone farm that you can get from the witches, and we're going to work a little bit on preparing for that in the future. That's what this episode is going to be about. We're going to deal with boats, obsidian, and nether portal, and start preparing for that. As you can see, I had this little walkway here that I had created to get over to this island so I could utilize that wood without depleting all this over here. I didn't want to touch this as much as I haven't really touched much of it. I've taken a few trees out here, just to open it up, but this over here I've barely even touched. The village is deserted now. I've got all the villagers up in here. This one over there has a few villagers still, but I'm pretty much done with what I'm going to do over there. I've still got my little mini base set up over there, a little bed and some storage. That's just in case I'm over there at some point. There's no reason to be concerned about what's left over there. I did die when I went into the Nether, and I'll show you why. It ended up spawning me because I had my last bed that I had slept in was over way out there. I had chopped up the bed afterwards and took it with me, and so I ended up spawning back at my spawn point over there. It took me a moment. I thought I had spawned way out there, and I thought, oh man, I gotta build another boat and travel all the way back over here. Turned out I was just over here, and I recognized I had my little block. Took me a moment to realize what it was. There was a little block up in the sky, and I was like, oh, I know where I'm at. So I quickly made my way back over here. One thing I did do, on this walkway, I made a little arch. That way, in the boat, I can go through here without having to get out of the boat, pop over and use the boat again to get the rest of the way. Let's go on down there, and I'll be right back. Alright, so what we have here is our boat. I'll show you how to make one of those. It takes, we're not going to actually make it. We will, I will show you how it's made. Boat, and we made ours out of oak. So what it takes is a wooden shovel and 5 pieces of planks, wood planks. It doesn't matter as long as they're all the same. I don't think you can mix and match the wood planks, but 5 planks and a wood shovel, and you get yourself a boat. Okay, and so let's sleep real quick and get the other guy doing that. Get it back to daytime. Oh, something about our chicken farm. As you can see, I've got lots and lots of chicken now. I've gone in there and farmed a couple times, got lots of feathers. So our arrow supply, where did I put those? There's some. I think I need to make some more. I've got plenty of flint left for making them. So no shortage on arrows now. Put those in there. Okay. Close that up. Made a little, haven't really made any other changes. Alright, the chicken farm is turned off right now. I will activate it again when I decide I need more feathers or chicken, but for now I just turn it off so it doesn't create any lag. When I have it going for about 8 hours, there's so many chickens, it takes literally about 15 minutes to kill all the chickens off, and I usually go through about 3 or 4 swords, iron swords at that. So I created this little harbor spot here. All I did was I make a little ledge. If I go out here swimming, swim backwards, as you can see there's nothing underneath. I just made a little spot where my boat, when I get in and out of my boat and I try to collapse my boat, it will not sink to the bottom. It'll stay right here and I can chop it and get the boat back. So just like a minecart, you place the boat and then you click to get inside of it. Okay, if you are outside of the boat and you bump it, just like a minecart, it'll react a little bit. Alright, I haven't tested out whether it will stay out here. It may despawn over time. I'm not sure on that, but anyway, the way this works, you can also place a boat on land. Let's try that. I've never done it before. I don't have an axe, so we'll just, there we go. Without an axe, of course, it takes a little bit longer, but we can place a boat here, get in, and as you can see, we can navigate. We'll just head for the water. So you can use it on land. That can be useful for transporting villagers, but it's pretty slow. So out on the water, as you can see, it's pretty darn fast. So this is a good way to travel, especially since nothing's going to spawn out here. You do have to watch out for your skeletons and whatnot that shoot at you. But the way this works is if you hold down your A and D key on your keyboard, A is your left oar, D is your right oar. So if you use them together, you'll go straight. If I release the A, release the D, that's how you turn. Okay? And what do we got going on over here? We got a skeleton, we got a spider, no big deal. Okay, so this here is the arch that I made. I can get, so I can run, jump, 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 get down. And still get back and forth without getting wet, but at the same time, I can get through here to my harbor. So that is something I've done. I'm not going to take you all the way to the witch hut via boat. We'll save that for some other points. What I want to do is just explain, I just wanted to explain how the boat works. This is very useful for getting around large areas, kind of checking the coastlines. You can, like you can see, you can travel long distance very quickly, and it doesn't use up stamina as fast. We'll get out, beat up the boat, and we got it back in our inventory. Alright, let's go down into our mine, and I want to show you another resource. Oh, I wanted to also show you something I've started here. This is going to be where my sheep farm is going to be. Look, snowing over there, raining over here. Nice. So I'm going to have a few sheep in here that I can shear. I'm not going to use them for meat. I'll just breed them up and get enough of them that I have a continuous supply of white wool. If I need other colors, I'll just dye all the sheep and then get the wool that way, and then I can dye them back to white. So basically, the way this works, this here will be a block wall as soon as I get a couple of sheep in here. Right now I just got it open so that I can get in and out of here with the sheep, and then I'll block it off when I get a couple in here and I can start breeding them. To do that, I did find one sheep. I went looking around. I didn't find any in this immediate area. They will follow you a little bit if you're holding on to wheat. Found one, and if you get beyond 5 blocks, they'll tend to stop following you. So I was going to build a leash, or what's called a lead in the game. Let's see if it will show me that. A lead, yeah, I'll have to go to the crafting table to show you. So I can get in and out of my base here. They can't get in because of the gate and the door. So lead requires 4 pieces of string and a slime ball. Now I have not, let's talk about slimes for a second. Slimes will spawn in a couple of different places. Number 1 is in a swamp up on the surface level during basically the what's it called, a new moon, when the moon's not visible, or just the little ring of it. So that's one way of finding slimes. Unfortunately, the only swamp I know of is way out there right now, and where the witch hut is, which is also only a swamp building. Okay, it's just got, because I'm in here further. Make it a little quieter. There we go. All right. The other way of getting them to spawn is if you find a slime chunk. That if you remember, a slime chunk, or a chunk, is a 16 by 16 area, and it goes from the bedrock at the bottom all the way to the top of the sky. Okay. Now, if one of those is designated as a slime chunk, then slimes will spawn in a space down underground below level 40. Okay, so at level 39 to 0. Now, of course, the bottom 3 or 4 levels is going to be mostly bedrock, so you're not going to find them there. So what I did, little slimes need a, I believe it's a 1 block spawn point. So if this block was open and everything else was covered, it could spawn here if this was a slime chunk. Now, I have never seen any slimes in this vicinity right here. So we don't have a slime chunk here. Um, if it's a bigger opening, you can get the medium-sized slimes. And for a large slime, I believe you need 3 blocks tall, and you need like a 2 by 3 or something like that space. But again, I haven't found any slime chunks, so I went down this way and I started widening this a little bit, thinking, okay, you know, I'll just make it a little bigger so that the somewhere along here there's gotta be a slime chunk, you know, because I've tunneled quite a ways, and I was going to just extend it further, and then I made these little spots here that for protection. Basically, you know, I got a torch to keep it lit and a door to protect myself. So slimes could be outside, they could be banging on the door but not doing any damage, and I would be perfectly safe. Alright, so far haven't seen any. I went AFK, went to bed in one of these. I've got 3 of them, I think, spaced out. Went to sleep, got up, no slimes. Alright, so I went to the next one, went to work, came home, still nothing. So I'm guessing that either nothing along here so far up to this point is in a slime chunk, or I'm just getting unlucky. You know, here's a second one, and I got one more up here, and so you know, I'm gonna be looking around, you know, digging out some more. Usually I dig out you know, like this 3 tall space, and I just start making this huge area that I start widening and opening up, and then eventually I get some slimes and I start zeroing in on where the slime chunk is. Now, a slime chunk, yes, it'll spawn slimes, but the slimes will only spawn, the light level doesn't matter, so it can be well lit, doesn't make any difference on the spawning of them. What does matter is where the player is. Now, if you're within 16 spaces, I think it is, of where a slime could spawn, it won't spawn there. So you have to be further away than 16. If you are over 32 spaces away, it won't spawn because you're not close enough. So, and then also, if you are let's see, it's 100. If you have a slime that has spawned and you are over 120, or is it 64? Maybe it's 64 blocks away, it'll despawn over time. So at some point the slime will just disappear. So they can despawn, and there is a a small margin of error of where they will spawn in. Now, so you know, that's going to take me some time to find a slime chunk. Then I can build a slime farm and get some decent slimes going, get our slime balls and get a lead and get our sheep farm going. So that's a future little project I'm working on. Did a little bit, obviously. This area over here used to have lava. Okay, now we have harvested this. Now we're talking about obsidian. Okay, I didn't bring any with me. That's alright. This is my infinite water source I brought down here. Come over here. Okay, so we got obsidian right here. Okay, this dark purplish block. Okay, now if I use an iron pickaxe, I'll never be able to break the block. Alright, it won't break. Alright, it will continually just recover from that. So the way to break through those is with a diamond pickaxe. So I did make a pickaxe out of diamond, simply for the purpose of obsidian mining. Okay, now if you notice, here's regular stone. Okay, I'm going to do a couple of these with the regular iron pickaxe. See how fast that is? Okay, that's our normal speed. And then if I do, okay, not going to do too much because I don't want to wear down the pickaxe. The diamond pickaxe will take the same amount of damage on durability as an iron pickaxe will. Alright, so it will wear down just as fast. However, it has a bigger durability, so it can do, like, I want to say like 2.5 times what an iron pickaxe does. I don't have the exact numbers, but that's a rough estimate. Let's find some lava. I want to show you how you make obsidian. This used to be a lava bed, and we put there was some water here, and I've brought some other water out here, and actually, okay, there's probably some lava under here, but we're gonna go find some lava real quick. And what I want to, let's go back to that, so I don't accidentally use that. And yeah, go for a run here. It shouldn't be too far. So basically, to do this, you first need obviously some lava, a lava bed, which we're at the right level for, and then you need some water. There's some lava. Okay, and so first thing we're going to do, make a little spot here to get up. And let's see, let's do right here. 1, 2, 3. So there's our spot for water. And I've got my handy dandy water right here. 2 buckets. So put one there. One there, and now we have infinite amount of water. We'll restock. Alright, so put that there. Okay, let's eat real quick. Alright, so what we do, these are lava source blocks. So you can tell because like water, it would have a flow to it. And these obviously are just, they're bubbling a little bit, but they're not flowing, so they're not moving beyond this. If water contacts a spot of flowing lava, it'll turn it to cobblestone. This is all gravel, but anyway, so regular cobblestone. If water touches a lava source block, it'll turn it to obsidian. So we'll show you how to do that. Just like that. Grab our water source. Alright. And then we start mining around it. Now the reason for that is you can still hear a little bit of the lava underneath. So we want to be careful that we don't fall in, and we also don't want our obsidian falling into the lava because it'll just instantly burn up. So, see that? Almost walked right into that. So let's go this way a little bit. Okay. Oh, lots of lava. Okay. So, now for this, I don't know if let's make that all into there we go. Gives us a little buffer for what we're doing here. Alright, so what I do is I usually mine around the top of it, clear out all the space so I can have some room to move around it, okay, like this. Okay, and so I would continue on around, and once I have a 2 block space, and then I could take some of these that I'm not, get them out of my way. And then start going down one block. Okay, so there's some flowing lava. Okay, so this space right here, if it comes in contact with water, it turns into cobblestone. Okay, so that's an important distinction, because you can build an infinite cobblestone farm, which basically just is a lava block, a water block, and some space in between, and then the lava flows into a space, coming in contact with water, turning it into cobblestone, and then you can get the cobblestone, and there's an elevator system, a piston system that can use to raise it up so that you're not interfering with your lava flow. And you can make, I've seen some of them generators, cobblestone generators, that generate like a whole bunch of cobblestone all at the same time. There'll be like maybe 20 of them, and then pistons will be operating to push all the cobblestone into one space and then up, and it'll generate so fast that you can't break it all quick enough, and which is perfect, because then you've got a source of cobblestone that you don't have to worry about running out of, and you don't have to go mining for it. So if you're short on a building block and you just want to stand in one spot rather than going mining, then you can do it that way. Granted, you're still going to have the issue of tools wearing out and whatnot, but it's an interesting little farm to have in your collection of useful buildings. Alright, so we'll start with this right here. Clear this right here. So I don't know if there's lava underneath this block. Okay, so let's find out. No, there isn't. So if we use our pickaxe, our diamond pickaxe, it will still take a little bit because it's obsidian. It's really strong stuff. So there's one, and let's go. Okay, so there's underneath this one is a lava source block. All right, so we'll turn that into into cobblestone. So underneath this one is our lava. So if I get right up against it and push, so I can't go any further. Okay, take my handy dandy pickaxe, my diamond one. Okay, so I got that one. There it is, 2 of them. So the thing to remember on it is, as long as you are really close, I mean, you got to be right up. If you're back a little bit, there's a chance that it'll drop and the lava will get it first. So make sure you're right up against it. Take your hand off the keyboard so you don't accidentally walk forward when the block breaks, and you'll pick up the obsidian basically almost instantly, so it doesn't have time to drop and hit the lava. Okay, so that's how you mine obsidian. And now I'm going to show you how to make a nether portal for the use of that obsidian. I mined a little bit of it. I got like about a stack and a little over a stack when I came down here to do it, simply so I wouldn't run out in the middle of a record. And it doesn't take much. You need 3, 6, 10 blocks of obsidian to make a portal to the nether. Of course, in our case, we're going to make 2 portals. I've already got the first one built. I'm going to show you that next. Zombies. And I do apologize for not recording any other games yet. I've been watching Radio Man 03's video channel on 7 Days to Die, and I kind of got interested in it, so I purchased the game and played a little bit, and I did die a couple of times, and I got it set to all, very basic settings, because until I get familiar with the game, I don't know what to do and whatnot. In fact, even after watching the videos, I struggled the first time because I was trying to use my in the case of that game, you use the letter E to like pick things up. And so I was trying to pick up plant fibers. If you're familiar with the game, you know that you have to punch the plants in order to get plant fibers. And I was trying to pick them up, and I couldn't get any plant fibers to progress. So yeah, I was a little frustrated with that, and then I finally figured that out. I was like, okay, I'm a dork. Alright, so we got the sheep farm, we've done the boating, and taking a look at our iron source. I got one full row here. I'll probably end up with a full chest. I did expand the storage. These are all empty, but while I was down here, I just made some additional storage so I have it for later, and I'll be changing that up later as soon as I have a cow farm going and have enough leather for item frames. But for now, I don't have to worry about where to store stuff. I'm still basically using I'm not even using this one. Oh, I don't even think I'm using, I'm not even using that one. But this is my feathers. This is my miscellaneous stone. I still got my cobblestone, dirt, and I got my obsidian here. Let's put that there. Let's clean out. No, I'm not going to worry about my inventory. So this goes up to the railroad, goes over the ladder to go up to the railroad station, over to the train hub. This here is going to be my enchant room. So I made this little space that's 5 by 5. And so all these walls will be lined with bookshelves. And then right in the center will be my enchant table. And I'm going to do that in the next video, and maybe get a few enchants, because I got 49 levels that I can use to get a few enchants. So here's the Nether portal. Now it is 5 blocks by 4 blocks. Okay, the corner blocks do not matter for the obsidian. I believe I might have obsidian in those 2 corners, but maybe not. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't have anything in those corners. So that's a way of conserving your obsidian, so that you only use 10 to build the portal. So let's do how do I turn that off? I forget. Oh, I think it's a bucket of water, or I can break one of the blocks. I'm not going to do that. So you put in it like this, so that you got a 2 by 3 space for your portal. Okay, so you got 3 here, then your corners, which don't need to be obsidian, and then 3 tall, and then 2. Did I say 3 down here? I meant 2 down here, 2 at the top, 3 on each side, and that creates your portal. Now, one thing you do need to do is make sure that either the portal is built outside, which can be risky because stuff can wander in and out of it, or I tend to build it inside of a room and put a door on it that the pigmen from the other side, zombie pigmen, could wander through it. I'm not sure if anything else can wander through from the nether side, but zombie pigmen can get through it. You can also get villagers to go through it and whatnot, but so I'm guessing that anything that will hold still in the portal itself can teleport. So make sure you got a door so that you know, if I get any zombie pigmen, they're not running through my base. They're stuck in here, and then I can come over here and I can kill them and get their loot. First time I went through, I if you look, it's kind of hard to see. So I'm not going to go through just yet. I couldn't see, and I ended up walking out of the portal and dropped to my death in a big old lake of lava. That's a noob mistake. Simply because I couldn't see, you know, I shouldn't have walked out of the portal. I should have crouched and moved and tried to place some blocks, or, you know, get just enough out of the portal that I could actually see. So yeah, I was trying to go through, and I was going to build up a little bit around the portal on the nether side, and yeah, that didn't work out. I died, and so I ended up, you know, over at my spawn point, the world spawn point, which is where I started the game at. So that's what I've done so far. Now, it's almost night time again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go through the portal. And do I have anything? Yeah, I got a bunch of I got more cooked chicken. I'm going to go through the portal, and what we're going to do is start building up a little platform and see what's on the other side. The reason I'm going to use the nether is when you're in the nether, if every block that you travel is equal to 8 blocks in this is considered the overworld. Okay, so here we are in the overworld. 8 blocks traveling in here equals 1 block of travel in the nether. Okay, so I have my portal there. What I want to do is go over by the witch farm, and I'm going to build a portal over there, and then I'm going to go through the portal on each of the 2 portals, and I'm going to write down the coordinates. And so we're going to start with this one, get the coordinates, build up a little platform, make sure we're not dying every time we walk through, and that we're also safe from mobs on the other side. Then I'm gonna travel all the way over to the witch hut, and I'm gonna build a small little base over there, just basically a room with a bed and probably a craft table and a couple of chests, and probably call that good. And then I'll build the obsidian portal, or the nether portal, over there. I'll go through the nether portal, write down the coordinates so that I know the coordinates for both of my portals, and then I'll come back over here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the nether and make a safe path from point A to point B, and simply because it'll be a shorter path than traveling to the witch hut via boat. Yeah, I mean, it may not, the amount of work that's going to be involved will depend on the terrain inside the nether. It may be just as easy to travel via boat. However, later, what I want to be able to do is put a rail system in the nether from the portal to portal so that I can get to that witch hut. And then once I have that set up, then I can do a witch farm, which you basically, their witch hut, you end up basically almost tearing it completely down, and you expand it a little bit so that it's a little bit bigger to cover the space that the witches can spawn in, and it'll also limit where they can spawn so that they only spawn inside your little farm. And then create a kill system so that you can safely kill the witches, and there'll be an AFK spot so that I can move my, one of my characters can sit over there and harvest all the loot from the witches. Now, I know that witches drop glowstone. They drop a little bit of glowstone. They drop potions of healing sometimes. Sometimes you'll get empty bottles. There's a couple other things that they drop. They'll drop where's my food? They'll drop sugar sometimes. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of other things. One of them being redstone. So that becomes a useful, once you've got that, the witch farm producing a bunch of redstone for you, then just like the iron farm, you no longer have to go mining for redstone. You can just, you go to bed, go to work, whatever, you're not playing, but you're not using the computer. You have your account set up over there by the witch farm, nice and safe, and you've got a system set up for automatically killing the witches and harvesting their loot, and then you end up with a bunch of redstone as well as the various other items that you can use. The health potions, once you've got a decent supply from the witches, then you start carrying those around in your inventory whenever you go adventuring, so that you have a way of instantly healing some of your health. So I think that's about it. I'm gonna go ahead and do the let's go through. I need some more materials. Let's get rid of the buckets. These will be absolutely pointless over in the Nether. If you put water in the Nether, it'll just evaporate instantly. So you can't get any kind of like a infinite water source, or you can't do crops or anything like that over there. No water. You also can't place a bed. It'll explode violently like a creeper. So you can't build a base with a bed over there. You can go over there and you can place regular blocks over there, but again, you wouldn't be able, even on regular blocks, you wouldn't be able to place a bed. All right, the bed itself will just explode when it realizes it's in the Nether, and it can create some serious damage. But you can build, you can put chests, you can put anvils, crafting tables, you can put furnaces, that kind of stuff. That not a problem over there. So let's see. I need get some cobblestone. Let's leave the dirt. Let's get 3 stacks. We'll leave our diamond pickaxe. We're not going to need that. Leave the minecart because we're not going to need that for right now. Leave the boat. Let's take a door. And let's take a sign. And I think that should be good. Restart our torches. You don't need any torches over in the Nether. That you're not going to have to worry about. The Nether is basically a fiery hell, so you're not going to have to worry about. Let's see. Oh, I almost forgot. Flint and steel. Okay, so once you have built your portal, you then use your flint and steel, which I'll show you how to make that in a second. You use the flint and steel just like a regular item, and you click and it will create this little purpley portal. Okay, so that's how you make the portal active. Alright, so I'll go put this away, and keep that there. We got plenty of pickaxes, shovels. Let's put one away because the shovels don't matter. And still got 25 diamonds. Haven't really gone farming for diamonds yet, but we'll get to that. So let's put. See, I don't need that there. There we go. All right, and the door. We'll place a door to get in and out of our little room that we're going to create. So let's go ahead and go on in there. Luckily, when I died, I have the keep inventory turned on, so that's useful because I didn't lose anything. So you just step into the portal. When it starts to shimmer like this, you know it's working. And as you can see, it's a little noisy. And there's a wall here. Okay. Aha. See that? Now, the crackling you're hearing, that's flames. Okay. And as you can see, these are nether rock or netherrack. They break real easy. So you have to be careful of that. There's lava everywhere. See, there's a lava pouring down. We'll get to see a little bit of that. There's fire burning on stuff everywhere. You can use your pickaxe. Get a little closer to extinguish it. Hey, look at that. We're right next to a fortress. Nice. That's going to come in handy because I'm going to need some of those blazes. There's that pinkish guy is a zombie pigman. The yellow guy, that's a blaze. They shoot at you. And then the dark guy there, that's a wither skeleton. Oh, and that's a nast that you just heard. That's dangerous. So as you can see, this is where I died. I went through the portal and fell and died. So what we're going to do, we're going to start by building a little safe spot here. Okay. And we'll go like that, so we won't go beyond that. Then we're going to use the nether rack. Now, a nast, I'll see if I can show you what they look like. Let's build this to right there. If you know how to handle a nast, they're not that big of a deal. But they can surprise you, and if you do it wrong, whatever their fireball hits will it's basically almost like an explosion, and takes out, this stuff has almost no durability, as you can see, so very easy to destroy. So that fireball come out and go kaboom and take out a big chunk of your base and whatnot. They can't damage your obsidian, but they could destroy under your flooring. Oops. Oh yeah, let's go through here. Let's see if we can see a nast. I don't see one. They're big gray things that fly around in the sky. We're gonna place. See, there's some lava flows. There's a little bit of lava up in the ceiling area here and there, and if it has an opening, it'll just flow all the way down. And then that's down way at the bottom. And so let's place some blocks. And this just makes me totally nervous, even though I'm crouched. So we're gonna build a wall and fill it in. Now, when we come through the portal, we have a direction to go, and we don't have to worry about falling into that big old lava pit down there, which is what happened to me last time. Alright, so this is our safe spot. So this we're going to use a sign. I only brought one sign. I thought I brought two. Okay. So let's put a sign here. To home base. Okay. And it won't burn up unless it actually gets fire in contact with it. So this will be our home base portal. What I'll probably do is end up putting a couple of chests here and a crafting table, and bring some resources over when I'm ready to do the tunnel over to the other portal, which, as you can see, I'm going to write this down. We are at 139 basically. The portal's of course over here, but we're going to put 139 81 minus 41. Okay, that is our home portal. Okay, so what I'm going to do on the not with you guys, I'll go back through and now that we've got this set up. Oh, I don't know what that was about. Probably spawned a little bit inside the wall, took a little suffocation damage, but you just move through it real quick. Alright, so that's going to do it for this video. What I'm going to do is I'll travel over to the witch hut and start building a base there, and then we'll get the coordinates, and then we'll come back to the home base. So I'll probably show you that the witch hut on the next video. That'll be the beginning of the next video, and then I'll cut to having, being back here, and we'll start looking at, hopefully I'll have some slimes and some slime balls, and I can make the lead, and I can go get a couple of sheep and get that started. The wool's not a big priority. I mean, it's just so that I have the wool. I'm gonna also build over here somewhere. Right through here is the outside of the wall of the mountainside that I'm built into. Probably what I'm going to also do is get a couple of cows, and I'll get a room set up that'll have the cows in it, and I'll start that farm. And because I'd like to get the storage system done up real nice. So that's going to do it for this video, and please be sure to like and subscribe, give me some comments. I am going to do one more video of Minecraft, and regarding the witch hut, hopefully the slime and the sheep farm, and then I'm going to start an episode of 7 Days to Die. I know I said I kept saying I was going to do the other two games, but there doesn't seem to be much. Of the videos I've been watching that Radio Man does, there doesn't seem to be a huge following for those. They seem to be wanting the 7 Days to Die more, so I'm going to do those, and I'll get to the other ones eventually. Those are going to be more build. Yeah, there's some gathering. There's barely any survival aspect to it, so there's it just becomes game mechanics at that point, and creativity, a creative outlet for building like castle and medieval engineers, and I really want to build a home in Rising World. But the 7 Days to Die, that's really got me piqued, got me interested, trying to actually survive some zombies that are actually a little more tougher than these ones. Yeah, that's for sure. 7-day horde and whatnot. So I've played 4 times. I got the game about a week and a half ago, I believe. I played 4 times. The first time I died to a wolf and respawn, and so I was like, okay, well, I'll work my way back towards where I died, and hopefully I can get my stuff back. And I ended up running into another wolf and died. And every time you die, you lose some of your health and wellness and whatnot. And so I went, from 100%, I went to 90 and then to 80. And I was just like, okay, you know what? I'm going to start over with basically what I know and play a little more carefully because those wolves just snuck up on me. And so I started another one, and I ended up drinking some murky water thinking that it was okay, and ended up getting dysentery. And so I was, yeah, that I ended up dying to that. And then I started another one, and I was doing pretty good. I was on like day 3 or 4, and I was doing all right. I wasn't getting a lot of resources, but I was playing it safe, and building up my supplies. I was working on food and water and whatnot, and everything was going pretty good. And then I accidentally clicked on murky water again instead of my bottled water, and I had no antibiotics. So yeah, I continued to play, hoping I was going to find. I had everything I needed except for I needed a beaker so that I could make antibiotics to cure myself, and I ended up dying to the dysentery. And yeah, I was just like, okay, it's on the very basic settings, easiest difficulty, everything's set to as easy as possible. And the only thing I was doing was, besides setting everything to easy mode, was I was doing random generated maps. I didn't want to use that. I don't know even how to pronounce it. There's a specific map that you can play, and they're probably going to add more maps later on. But they have a set map that has a boundary around it, and you can't travel through the boundary. So there's only a limited amount of area, and so I was like, no, I don't want to play in that. I want to play something completely random, something where I don't have an actual map that I can refer to go find a town and all that. And so I set a random seed, and then that created some difficulties. But it was kind of, that's what it's about, right? The randomness of it. And then the other thing I had done, well, like I had set the zombie hordes to 4, the very basic. But I have set one rule for myself. After the 3rd death, I decided that from now on, if I die, I'm going to start over. I'm not going to try and continue the same game, because technically I've died, and I've been turned into a zombie probably. And so it's just a kind of a challenge to myself, since I'm using so much, making the game as easy as possible, and yet, okay, so it's really easy, but I'm still dying, but that's just because I'm new to it. I don't know what to do. I mean, I know to follow the quests and whatnot, but I'm still learning. So I'm going to take you with me on the next go round on that. I'll set the settings to easy still, and it'll be a random. I'm going to probably use the seed of Nomad's World for my random generate, and so that's going to do it for this video, and I'll get one more done before I start that. And I'll still be doing these videos. Don't worry, I'm gonna continue doing the Minecraft videos. I'll be trying to kind of like alternate back and forth, so they won't be coming out quite as often. My release schedule is still kind of up in the air because of various things. I've got my birthday coming up. I'll be turning 50, and yay! Not a big deal to me, but you know, so I'm gonna, you know, everybody else is gonna be doing some stuff. So I'll probably be a little bit busy this next weekend, but I'm hoping to get some good record time in. And yeah, I want to get one more Minecraft done, and then do a 7 Days to Die episode to get started before next weekend. So I still have Tuesdays and Wednesdays off. That doesn't necessarily mean that videos come out those days. Those just typically just days I can play a little bit and like prepare, you know, to, you know, do some work that you guys don't need to be here for. If you like to watch, you know, somebody build stuff and screw something up and have to fix it, you know, I could do that. But you know, watching me mining tunnel a tunnel down there is pretty pointless unless something actually happens. You know, that's what time lapses are for. But typically that kind of stuff is like, okay, you know, I'm just gonna do it and then I'll bring you and show you the progress. So little progress updates. Haven't had too much spawn along here, but I've been kind of thinking about doing something to. I had a skeleton or something. Oh, a zombie spawned over here at one point. I don't know. See, there's a spider and he can come down. You know, I don't know, but yeah, I'd like. And then I'm not doing graveyards on what is it? Friday, Saturdays and Sundays. So I go from a graveyard shift to a night shift. So I don't, you know, it's like get off work, come home, sleep, go right back to work. So I can't record there. Plus, I'm also trying to watch some of Radio Man's season 2. That's his current season of solo playing on 7 Days to Die. He's also doing a co-op with his wife, and I think there was one other person. I haven't watched any of those. I'm more interested in his solo stuff. But yeah, you know, I try to watch some of that, get some pointers and whatnot, and especially for the skills. But all right, enough rambling on. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video and probably go ahead and start the second video. Do these back to back and get them up on the channel. And hope you liked it. And please be sure if there's some other game out there, let me know. That, you know, some other game that you like. I'm not into first-person shooters, but I really kind of don't think of 7 Days to Die as a first-person shooter. It has a little bit of that element, but you know, I've got the zombies set to walk, so yeah, it's pretty. You know, you can run faster than them. So, all right. See you in the next video, and hopefully I'll get some progress on the witch farm going. All right. Thank you.